At the club, Jack's puzzled when Dinah talks about feeding her dog steak. She forgets that Jack moved out of the house. He assures her he's finding a new home. At Crimson Lights, Mariah convenes a bridesmaid meeting with Abby, Nikki, and Victoria. They toss around shower theme ideas, but Victoria zones out. She worries about the work piling up on her desk and excuses herself. Abby wonders if JT's come back. Nikki assures her that's not the case. Mariah tries to keep the meeting on track, but Nikki decides to go after Vicky. Mariah expresses surprise that Sharon asked Abby to be a bridesmaid. Abby's only doing it for Nick, but wants to keep that quiet. She worries Victoria took off because she's closer to their brother. Mariah advises her to leave her to Nikki. At the Abbott Mansion, Ashley and Kyle are stunned to see Billy and Phyllis at the door with their bags. They're moving in. Phyllis promises it's only temporary, until they find their own place. Ashley thinks the Keck would be a better fit. They wonder about the pool house, but Kyle says it's occupied. Billy reminds them he's John Abbott's son and has a right to be there whether they like it or not. Ashley says his remark was unnecessary, of course he's welcome there. Billy touches on them conspiring against them, he can keep an eye on them this way. Later, Kyle corners Phyllis to find out what's really going on. She updates him on Summer's cruise. He's impressed. Phyllis explains she and Billy are fully committed, Summer will have to accept that. Kyle's doubtful. Billy rejoins Phyllis as Jack arrives with Dinah, who becomes distressed at the news of them moving in. Billy and Phyllis reassure her. Dinah just hopes they like dogs, and muses about trying dog food before heading upstairs. Billy and Phyllis mention her deterioration. Jack is taken aback, but admits each day that passes they're closer to losing her. Jack announces he has to go. Once alone, Billy sits Phyllis down to talk. She assures him she can handle the living arrangements, but he says the bigger issue is Jack. Phyllis acknowledges she lived there while married to Jack and has some memories, including her throwing him out, but she's fine. Billy leaves it open for her to change her mind. At Newman Enterprises, Victoria frantically searches for paperwork as Nikki arrives wanting to help. Vicky snaps, "Leave me the hell alone." Nikki wants to confront Victoria's problem. Vicky notes her therapy sessions sometimes leave her feeling raw, and once again rushes out. Mariah encounters Kyle working at the dive bar and mentions she couldn't find Summer earlier for wedding business. Kyle reports she took a last-minute holiday and notes Mariah's taking the maid of honor stuff seriously. Talk turns to Tessa. Kyle assures her the P.I.'s investigation has started. Mariah worries Tessa's decided she's done with Genoa City. Kyle reminds her Tessa came back just to tell her they belong together. Mariah hates the uncertainty. Kyle urges her not to give up on Tessa. Ashley meets Abby at the coffee house. Abby updates her on the failed bridesmaid meeting. Ashley shares that Billy and Phyllis moved out of Summer's condo and in with them. Abby agrees to keep her eyes and ears open around Billy. Ashley leaves to meet Jack. At the club, Jack wants to talk about Dinah. He tells Ashley that Phyllis and Billy were shocked at Dinah's deterioration. He realized maybe they're too close to have seen it. Ashley worries, what can they do? Jack feels an urgent need to connect with his real father. Ash warns he may never know the truth. Jack can't accept that. At Jabbo, Ashley grouses to Kyle about Billy and Phyllis moving in. Kyle fills her in on Summer's pursuit of their CEO. Ashley's doubtful Billy acted on it. Kyle muses if they caught him making the move, the scandal would ruin him. Ashley thinks he's more tempted by risking company money. Kyle tells her Billy lost Jabbo in a poker game, then expensed the company to get it back. Ashley argues they don't have proof. Kyle counters if Billy borrows another chunk of cash, it's a pattern, and proposes they make it happen. Ashley's not comfortable with dragging Billy back into the gambling world. Kyle argues she called for extreme measures. He assures her they'll be running the show and will end it as soon as they've got what they need. At Victoria's house, Nikki finds her sleeping and won't go anywhere until she makes her understand what's going on. Vicky admits it's been months since she saw her therapist. They discuss what to do since Vicky's not about to share their secret with Dr. Mosley. Victoria's fighting with her own mind and is losing control. Nikki promises they'll find a way to make it stop.